What are the Daniel, what a dang, hang God, Daniel. Oh, what a dang. This is the Black Pot, aka Kuku Show, them where we speak truth to power. Now, here we don't criticize, but if we must criticize, we would only just criticize to build and not to destroy. We are in the service of God and country, and from the newsreel, we keep it real. My brother, my sister, this is the voice of the people. It is called the Black Pot, aka Kuku Show. And here we speak truth to power. Nobody is bigger than the truth. And today we have a number of things to look at. Number one, and I'm reading this from My Joy Online, and it says, return Cecilia Dapa seized the assets within 7 days. We can't confirm freezing of her assets. Court tells Office of the Special Prosecutor. I read it. The Financial and Economic Division of Accra High Court has ordered the Office of the Special Prosecutor to return all monies seized from the embattled former Sanitation Minister, Cecilia Dapa. The court orders that this ruling be complied with within 7 days. The court also said it cannot confirm the freezing of her bank accounts and other properties. Cecilia Dapa opened the application by the OSP to freeze her accounts and seize her property. In fact, she opposed. Cecilia Dapa opposed the application by the OSP to freeze her accounts and seize her property. It followed the OSP's filing of a motion for confirmation of the order of freezing and seizure of the former minister's tainted property. The OSP said to facilitate investigations, it considered it necessary for the issuance of a freezing order against the bank account and investment of the former minister at Prudential Bank Limited and Societe Generale Ghana in accordance with the section 38(1) of Act 959 and Regulation 19 blah 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 blah. Subsequently, the OSP conducted searches in 3 residential properties associated with the former minister at Cantonment, Abelemkpe, and Tessano, all in Accra. In a virtual sitting of the High Court, Victoria Barbs, who represented Madame Dapa, contended that the application of the OSP was brought in flagrant of the OSP's own enabling law and sought to perpetuate the arbitrary exercise of powers based on nothing more than the suspicion fueled by misrepresentation of facts and media frenzy. Dr. Isidore Tufo, counsel for the OSP, argued that the application of the OSP was in line with the Special Prosecutors Act 959 to prevent the concealment of a property believed to be tainted with corruption. The court, after listening to the arguments of the parties, fixed August 31, 2023 to rule on whether it could confirm the OSP's application. So I sit back and I ask myself, can we truly fight corruption in this country? This is the big question I am asking. A minister of state had several millions of American dollars and euros and Ghanaian cedis in her house. Part of the money got stolen by house helps. When it came out in the news, the Office of the Special Prosecutor had to act. And quickly, that office went into some serious search. The other houses and properties of Madame Cecilia Dapa, the former minister, my brother, my sister, contained even more money. Her bank accounts contained more than 5 million American dollars. In fact, in excess of that. The court in Ghana still thinks that This is supposed to be some kind of a media frenzy. I'm ashamed. My brother, she had in excess of 5 million American dollars in her 2 bank accounts, Societe Generale, Ghana, and so-called Prudential Bank, whatever it is. My brother, my sister, in excess of 5 million American dollars, one person, a minister of the Republic at that time, Minister of Sanitation, in her bank account alone, she had in excess of 5 million American dollars. And in her homes, she stashed away millions of American dollars and euros and Ghana cedis together. And the court still thinks that this is media frenzy. Ghanaians are only frenzied and making noise because of the amount of money she has, and that it is nothing but a suspicion of corruption. Is that not why the OSP is there? If we suspect corruption, then we have to dig into it and investigate. And as we read here, the court is ordering the office of the special prosecutor to return the money within 7 days. The court cannot issue a freezing order for the accounts and property of the woman until investigations are done. How can we fight corruption? The president who told us that he would fight corruption to the core, that he would put his presidency on the line in order to be able to deal with corruption, my brother, my sister, today seems to be aiding corruption. I am so ashamed. So this is the Ghana that we belong to, the Ghana that we pray that one day it will get better. You are running to the IMF and the World Bank on your knees, shedding tears of sorrow in quotes, so that you could get a certain loan. One person has close to 10 million American dollars in both her house and her bank accounts. And we are told that it is mere media frenzy. In other words, the media is only making noise out of a certain excitement. Some other people say, do not be jealous of a hard-working woman who has made so much money. My brother, are we okay in this country? I am very, very much ashamed. I'm telling you this. Now they try to explain who the money belonged to. Some dead man here, another dead woman there, because the dead cannot talk. My brother, my sister, I am utterly hurt and I'm bitter. No wonder that Akufo-Addo told her, I know at the end of it all you shall be exonerated. These are the things we do. And some countries decide to take the law into their own hands and misbehave. This is what is happening in Niger. This is what is happening, my brother, my sister, in Burkina Faso. This is what is happening, my brother, my sister, in Mali. This is what is happening, my brother, my sister, right now in Gabon. One family decided to take the citizenry for fool. Today the idiot is sitting somewhere saying, oh, go out there and make noise. I have been arrested. We don't have the energy to make the noise. You and your family have eaten it all. We haven't eaten anything. We are hungry. And the hungry man cannot make noise. My brother, my sister, I am so sad. Something would have to be done to be able to deal with this situation. In excess of several millions of American dollars. And the 2 reasons. Oh, number 1, this is just media frenzy that is pushing them to come and react. Number 2 is just a mere suspicion. My God have mercy. But my brother, this is what we are faced with. This is a very corrupt nation led by a very corrupt president and his ilk. They do not even respect the citizenry. To be honest with you, if I had a certain button that I could press right now and evaporate all these dirty people in power. I will press it more than necessary to take them out, evaporate them into thin air. It is sad. We all remember the PPA boss, Public Procurement Agency, or is it authority? My brother, my sister, Agyapong, his bank accounts were frozen. And we all sat down and kept quiet until the expiry. And when the expiry date came, he Nicodemously sneaked back into his account, scooped out every penny, and walked away quietly. Nothing has scratched his back, let alone his throat. Are we serious? Yet we still have schools under trees. Yet we still have trillions of beggars on our streets. Yet we still have the whole nation on its knees begging the IMF and the World Bank to give us what we already have, swallowed up by corruption. I am ashamed of these people in power. I am more than ashamed of some of these courts. Trust me. I am sad. I am utterly dismayed. To God be the glory. I leave it here. Next thing I would like to look at is coming from Graphic Online, and I want to take it quickly. It says Canada Agyapong contradicts campaign team on showdown comment. And I read, Mr. Kennedy Ohini Agyapong, a prominent figure in the New Patriotic Party and a hopeful for the party's flag bearer position, has provided further context to his widely discussed showdown comment made during the special delegates conference on Saturday. A viral video captured his strong reaction, which has been a topic of speculation and interpretation. Taking to Twitter, the member of parliament for Asin Central justified his reaction by emphasizing that it was a response to perceived injustice that posed a threat to the safety of his polling station agent in the Northeast region. He tweeted, "I reacted against injustice, and that saved the life of Ganu, one of my polling station agents in the Northeast region." That's what he wrote. The clarification comes in the wake of Agyapong's extended discussion with the MPP's elections committee regarding concerns that arose during the special delegates conference. I leave it here. I leave it here. Yes, I do. Now let's quickly look at this. Now, Canada Agyapong is a man who will disappoint everybody. When he says something, and you want a reaction to that, ask him himself. If you go about thinking for him, he will disappoint you. When he said, Akufo-Addo, Memo showdown, Bawumia, Memo showdown, and many people just thought that they would make it decent by saying all that he meant was that in the second round of their elections, he will beat them to their own game. Now the man said, he threatened and he meant it. He threatened the president and the vice president to save the life of his polling agent. So this is the president of the Republic of Ghana. My brother, there's a cartoon that I saw by Tilapia, and it's so beautiful. This is the man who would be at the presidency. And hear that something had happened somewhere, and he would come out and make utterances that will demean the presidency. No emotional intelligence. Zero. Much as I know him and I like him for the fact that he would always go by the truth and his whims and caprices in terms of what he sees as the truth. Canada Agyapong does not have any emotional intelligence. Where his emotions go, he would go there without thinking twice. And he will speak and speak. And later on, he will come to apologize. He will set the whole nation on fire. He will come out and apologize. We don't need a person like this to be president.
Yabo!
Last thing I want to look at, and I want to be very quick with this. It says the battle is no longer the Lord's. And it's a question. The battle is no longer the Lord's. Franklin Kujo asks Akufo-Addo. And I read. Imani Africa's Franklin Kujo has asked President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo whether he still sticks to his Christian mantra of the battle is the Lord's. His question is tied to a recent comment by Akufo-Addo that admittedly, things are hard in the country, but that a new leader from the new patriotic party stock will come in to take Ghana out of the difficulties. Kujo quoted a portion of Akufo-Addo's comment as made to the press on August 26, 2023 in a Facebook post. And it read, there are difficulties, but a new leader will get us out. Akufo-Addo, he then gave his take on the matter and added a question. Of course, a new leader away from the melting point in 2025. Between now and then, we pray, or the battle is no longer the Lord's. He posted. Well, my brother, this is very, very, very clear. When they want power, they belong to God, but they actually belong to Satan. When they want power, they would quote all the verses of the Bible. When they want power, they would go all the way to Jerusalem, kneel down before the Wailing Wall. My brother, my sister, cover their shiny bald heads with Jewish caps, shed tears, and cry to God that they truly need him. And when God has mercy on them and decides to give them an inch, they take a mile. My brother, I hate these people. I do not hate, but I hate these people with passion. They have no respect for the nation. They have no respect for the dying populace. They have no respect for the identity of this nation. They have no respect, my brother, my sister, for all the bloodshed that came before we had our independence. They do not respect our ancestors who went the extra mile to put us on this pedestal of liberty and freedom. They have no respect, my brother, my sister, for the people of this country who would always say freedom and justice. Where is the freedom? Where is the justice? It hurts me, my brother, my sister. Those who said the battle was the Lord's, all of a sudden are quiet. All of a sudden, they say, oh, the next president from the NPP, as if Ghanaians were stupid. Look how this dirty party has treated Ghanaians to a very terrible situation. You promised us that you will never take us to the IMF and the World Bank. Within hours, you found yourself there. Oh, Jesus, have mercy. To God be the glory. Today, in fact, I weep, I cry for my nation. Sometimes I look at my children and I cry. I wonder why I brought them to this country at all. Maybe I should have just stayed without children. Because what is in wait for them? Because of the nonchalance, negligence, and foolishness of these people in power and politicians. My brother, my sister, they would have to fight a huge battle in order to survive. I feel guilty bringing children into this kind of situation. But still, the battle is the Lord's. I end it here. Well, my name is Blakk Rasta, and I want to say thank you so much